Do you know what it means if somebody has a meltdown in English? What if somebody commits treason? How about the English idiom on the ropes? How about a traitor? If you don't know, don't worry. We are going to talk about 20 terms in English, terms you might see on the IELTS or the TOEFL exam, or terms you might hear English speakers say in everyday conversations. Today, we are going to look at a new news channel. This guy's name is like the Mightiest Touch. His name is Ben Mightiest, and he is not a big fan of Trump. Let's watch the first clip, and I will come back and teach all of those difficult terms he uses.
Trump was having a psychotic meltdown at 12:15 a.m. in the morning. He was attacking members of his own political party.
Psychotic. That was the first term he used that I thought might give you trouble. Let's talk about what it means. Having a very serious illness of the mind where a person cannot tell what is real. The movie was about a psychotic man who needed to see a doctor for help. So my first question to you is, do you think Donald Trump is psychotic? A lot of people have been talking about how he is getting more and more sick. He's having these crazy tweets on social media in the middle of the night, and sometimes he is falling asleep during meetings in the day.
But it has to be a trade in which American businesses and American workers and the products they make and what American farmers grow and produce has a fair shot to be sold around the world. On issue after issue, that's been the case. You talk about foreign aid reforms. This is not our money. This is taxpayer money. When the president said is we're going to do foreign aid, but we're going to do foreign aid for countries that are aligned with the United States and in a way that doesn't waste the taxpayer.
Normally, we say children have meltdowns, but some people are saying President Trump was having a meltdown. That is a moment when someone loses control of their feelings and gets very upset. You can see that small child is having a meltdown in the grocery store. Here's the sentence. My child was very tired and had a meltdown in the grocery store. So he does not use this term in his news report, but I wanted to talk about the mainstream media and how this news channel is not mainstream media. It's basically a guy like me in his basement, only he has like a lot of subscribers, like millions of subscribers, I think. The mainstream media, these are big news companies, like major TV stations and newspapers that most people watch and read. And you can see ABC News, CBS News, Fox, and CNN. I saw the story about the new city park on the mainstream media.
Trump was having a psychotic meltdown at 12:15 a.m. in the morning. He was attacking members of his own political party and accusing them of engaging in treason for some Republicans joining forces with Democrats to pass a concurrent war powers resolution to block Donald Trump from restarting the war in Iran.
Accusing is a good verb to know in English. This might be review because I think we have talked about it before, but accusing someone means saying that someone did something wrong or broke the rules. And let me add one little thing. You might not have evidence to prove they did this. Here's the sentence. The manager is accusing the worker of being late every day. Number 3. Or at least it says number 3. I'm not sure what happened to the numbers on the slide. Some slides have numbers, some don't. But let's talk about treason. And I think he also uses the adjective form treasonous. Treasonous. Treason is the serious crime of doing something very bad against your own country. The spy went to prison for treason because he sold secrets to another country. And there were 4 senators that voted for this act. We'll talk about it in a minute. President Trump said everyone who voted against him committed treason. The spy went to prison for treason because he sold secrets to another country. Now I have another slide here, number 3 again, for treason because I want to show you what the penalty or the punishment is for treason in the United States. The punishment for treason is very serious and can include death. The court decided the spy would receive a very long prison sentence for the crime of treason. Joining forces, that means coming together to work as a team. And you can see a picture of me, but there's another guy in the picture too. Do you know this guy, Bob the Canadian? Bob the Canadian and I have joined forces a few times to teach an English lesson. Wait a second, am I wearing the same shirt? That picture was taken about maybe 4 years ago.
And accusing them of engaging in treason for some Republicans joining forces with Democrats to pass a concurrent war powers resolution to block Donald Trump from restarting the war in Iran.
Concurrent is next. It basically means two things happening at the same time. Yeah, I think that's what the definition says, happening at the same exact time. Take a look at the picture. It looks like the student has to make a decision. There are two classes she wants, but they are happening concurrently. That's the adverb form of the word. I cannot attend both classes because they are concurrent, or we might say they are happening concurrently. Yeah, this is what made President Trump so angry at 12:15 a.m. Congress passed the War Powers Resolution. Let's get the definition. A United States law that limits the president's power to start a war without asking the government. If you take a look at the picture, we actually have three parts to our government. The executive branch in the middle, that's the president, but all three branches should be equal. At least that's what our Constitution says. Over the past couple years, it seems like the executive branch, or like the president, has become more powerful. Let's get a sentence that uses War Powers Resolution. We learned about the War Powers Resolution in my history class.
Donald Trump said, "I have Iran on the ropes. I'm about to finish the job, and now you've undercut me, you treasonous traitors, with this War Powers Resolution." He was posting that at around 12:15 a.m. in the morning.
Great English idiom to know. If someone is on the ropes, that means being in a very bad situation and very close to failing. This comes from boxing. When a boxer is on the ropes, they are in danger of losing. So this comes from boxing. Here's the sentence. The old restaurant is on the ropes because nobody eats there anymore. Oh, poor Sam's Place. It does look like this restaurant is in a bit of disrepair. It looks like it has been around since 1958. Undercut is next, and that means to sell something for less money than a competitor to steal their customers. Some people say that, like Walmart or Amazon in the United States, they do this. Sell things really cheap so other businesses will have to go out of business because they can't keep up with the prices. The new supermarket tries to undercut the prices of the older store. We'll talk about price gouging in a minute. It's almost like the opposite. Traitors. President Trump called those 4 Republican senators who voted against him traitors. And one of them, Susan Collins, she is from my state, the state of Maine. Traitors are people who turn against their country, friends, or group. The angry king called the men traitors when they did not support him.
He was accusing gas companies of engaging in price gouging, and he was saying, if we look at the futures price of crude, it is now decreasing since the Strait of Hormuz has, I guess, been partially opened.
I mentioned price gouging earlier, almost like the opposite of undercutting. Price gouging, that is charging much more money than normal for something that people really need, often in an emergency. So here we have in the picture $20 bottles of water. It must be hard to get water for some reason in that city. So this man is gouging those prices. Selling water for $20 a bottle after a storm is price gouging. Do you know this word? Partially. If you look at the first part of partially, it has part in it. That might be a clue. Only some of it, not completely. Take a look at that picture. We have a car that is broken down and it is partially blocking the road. The road was partially blocked by the broke down car. They talked about barrels. Next, I just wanted to make sure you knew what barrels were and heard me pronounce it a couple times. I think it's kind of difficult. Barrels, large round containers used for keeping liquids like oil or wine. The truck carried 50 barrels of oil to the factory.
It is now decreasing since the Strait of Hormuz has, I guess, been partially opened. And he said, why is that not being reflected in the gas prices already? Also, Donald Trump's been lying and saying 19 million barrels of oil have traversed the Strait of Hormuz. This is a record. That wouldn't be a record. Last year, the average was 20 million barrels a day. And also, you're lying about what's actually happening in the Strait of Hormuz.
Great verb to know. Traversed, it pretty much means to go across, but let's get the official definition. Traveled across or went through an area. On our vacation, we traversed the mountains on a beautiful train ride. We have a couple different ways we use record in English, but this is the way they used it in the newscast. The highest, best, or most amount of something that has ever happened. Our company has a record year for selling computers. So I guess they have sold more computers that year than they have done in any other year. And right now, I guess France, maybe yesterday, had record heat, like the hottest temperature it has ever been in France. I also read over 40 people drowned in France, I guess yesterday, because of the heat. Something that's very sad. Let me know if you want an English lesson about that. Average, it's what's normal. Usual, or in the middle. I would like to think I am a better than average English teacher. Let's get a sentence. The average price for a cup of coffee here is $3.
May I interrupt for just 1 second? Summer is here. I am currently offering one-on-one private conversations for 60 minutes. I will record it. I will send you the recording after. I can help you with your pronunciation, answer any questions you might have, be your one-on-one speaking partner. Also, sign up for a class with me and I will give you a coupon for 25% off my new course, The Breaking News Decoder. It's a win-win situation. There's a QR code right up there and also more information in the description. Now back to the English lesson.
Last year, the average was 20 million barrels a day. And also, you're lying about what's actually happening in the Strait of Hormuz. Yes, it is more open now than it was during the war, but it does seem that Iran is prioritizing its tankers. So here's what Donald Trump posted at around 12:15 a.m. in the morning. He says the following: the big oil companies are not dropping their price at the pump commensurate with the sharply lower prices they are paying for oil. Those prices are dropping like a rock. In other words, customers are being gouged. I do believe that there's price gouging going on, but you posting on social media, you've already demonstrated that you're a paper tiger. Nobody's afraid of you.
Next, we have prioritizing. Prioritizing, that is deciding when tasks are more important and doing those first. I am prioritizing my family by spending more time at home. Maybe you prioritize learning English. Maybe instead of watching a lot of movies, you prioritize English learning. Commensurate is next. That means equal or matching in size, amount, or level. When you get the new job, your pay will commensurate with your experience. So it sounds like the more experience you have, the more you will get paid. I know it says number 13 there, but trust me, this is number 20. We might call this a metaphor or an idiom. Paper tiger. I think we've talked about this one other time on the channel. A paper tiger is a person or country that looks scary and strong, but is actually weak. So in the news report, he said that Donald Trump was a paper tiger. A paper tiger could also be a country. I wonder, is the United States now a paper tiger? The new boss shouts a lot, but he is just a paper tiger. Congratulations, you did it. 20 new terms. Right down there is another English lesson about that war powers resolution that was passed before a couple months ago. Don't forget, if you want to dive deeper with your English and have quizzes and homework, check out my course. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.